All right, ladies and gents, here we are back in the beautiful city of Brasov, Transylvania, Romania, with two special ladies, Steffi Vogel from Germany and Sarah Vienna from the US. The ladies are living in Brasov, Romania, and they do amazing things with the kids. They have a foundation and they help organizing good things for the kids of Brasov and Romania, Transylvania. Welcome to the show, ladies.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you for being present in Brasov and doing all these incredible things with kids and music as well and stuff. And please tell us some things about the work you do here and for how many years you do this. Steffi.
So I came to Romania 18 years ago. Next month I'll be officially an adult in Romania.
Wow.
And actually I didn't want to come to Romania. I wanted to go to Africa, and it was planned only to be here for 1 year. But then I met Sarah, and we found out how to get to the orphanage, the state orphanage here. And I've always loved babies, and there were a lot of them, so I was sold and never left since then.
So you're here for the last 18 years?
Yes.
Wow, that's impressive. And you, Sarah?
Yeah, I'm just right behind Steffi. Yeah, 18 years now. First came to Romania at the end of 2002 and fell in love with the country, fell in love with Brasov, and I've been here ever since.
Wow. When I heard your story, I was amazed because, there are not too many people in this world, they offer their life for, saving kids and stuff. So what exactly do you do day by day? How is a day of your life here in Romania?
Well, we are running an international program for volunteers in the Children's Hospital here in Brasov. And so what we normally do, we have 2 shifts, one in the morning, one in the afternoon, and we go and hold the babies there, help with the feeding, change diapers, and provide diapers for every child that is without a parent in the Children's Hospital.
Wow. And you, Sarah, you do the same thing?
Yeah, well, we really rely on our volunteers from around the world to come and hold these babies. Steph and I, we used to go into the hospital 6 days a week, doing all the shifts, but now more we're overseeing our projects. And, we also run an educational program in the village of Budila for Roma children. We run an after-school program. So we have 2 main projects. That's the Children's Hospital, Strada Nicopole, Spitalul de Copii, and our after-school program in Budila. So we're split programs and, just trying to make a big difference.
Well, tell us some things about this volunteer thing. I mean, you have volunteers from all over the world because we try to teach people how to volunteer as well because it's a good thing. So tell us some things about how do you exactly work with volunteers and where they come from and how many months or years they stay here.
Right. Well, our volunteers come from around the world. China, Australia, New Zealand, Canada, and of course Europe. And so they hear about us by word of mouth or internet search or, so they apply. You go on our website, firmfoundationsromania.com, and they apply, and there's certain paperwork, and then we approve them, and they are welcome to join us short-term or long-term. So we recommend 10 days up to 3 months before you would need a visa if you live outside of Romania.
Wow, that's cool. So for the Romanians living here, I mean, do you have any Romanian volunteers as well?
Thankfully, yes. And I am so happy to share that the mentality of volunteering here in this country has changed within really the last 3 years. And right now, especially with this COVID pandemic, where volunteers from around the world cannot enter into Romania, we have basically it's all Romanians that are volunteering with us.
That's cool.
Now, we can't send volunteers into the hospital right now, but we're still providing diapers, but our Romanian volunteers are right on the brink saying, let us in, we want to help.
Well, it's incredible because this is an international thing here in Brasov, which I love. I like multicultural thing, and you're from US, you're from Germany, and I like this because you bring so many people into a kind of a soul business. So from the soul part, from your heart, what changes did in you as a person, this job, this work with kids?
I think for me, as I said before, I always loved children. I'm actually a preschool teacher. Well, I did the education, but then I moved to Romania. So for me, children always have something very special. And what a lot of our volunteers have said as well, that they think they come here to hold the babies and do something for the kids, but actually the kids give you so much back in return. that they've never thought about. So it's just, just holding a baby, being able to just calm it down and get a smile, it just make your day. It's just special,
But that's what life is about. It's, helping your neighbor and, doing good unto others, really. And that's what I think brings inner peace and inner joy, when you step out of yourself and you're helping mankind.
Well, that's a good message. And you are here for an amazing thing. What message, if will be one, you can send to the world?
Oh, yeah. Well, a message that is more blessed to give than to receive, I guess. And I say that because, I know, volunteers have shared that, coming to volunteer in a country like Romania has changed their lives. And I'm talking about all different religions, wherever you're at in life, when you come and you give and you serve and you make someone else smile, that's a joy that can't be taken away from you.
And the feedback, it's amazing.
Yeah.
The feedbacks from the people. And tell me, do you miss home?
Yes and
sometimes.
No.
But you go back and forth every year.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. When I first came to Romania, I didn't go home for 5 years.
So
I didn't even leave Brasov.
Wow.
Yeah, I loved it. I still love it here. But now, of course, going back and forth, to see my family and friends and enjoy some good Mexican food and frozen yogurt.
Tepelus, yeah.
There's some perks, but there are bigger perks for me to stay here. So I'm split. I'm when I'm there, I miss it here. When I'm here, I miss it.
What about you, Steffi?
Well, same thing for me. Thankfully, it's only a 2-hour flight and not a 15-hour flight.
Yeah.
So it's easier, well, not with COVID right now, but to go back home. And so I'm normally back like twice a year or something to see family and friends and catch up.
Yeah.
So what's the best thing that you like about Romania, about Transylvania? Except people and kids and stuff, nature, stuff like that.
I mean, for me, see, that's another thing. As a German, and Brasov was built basically from German, it's home for me, anyways, because I feel like
it sounds it's
so
German.
I just love walking around there and just different.
It's like any other old European city.
Yes.
I think for me, one of the factors is the need that I feel like I'm needed here more than the United States. United States they have everything, and they have so many opportunities, so many nonprofits that can help this and that, and your animal and your cat. And here, there's still need here, and so that's
you can build something new.
Yeah, and there's always opportunity and creativity, and you can be an entrepreneur here and be respected and not looked down upon. And so I would say that. And in Brasov, it just feels like it's just a homey city. It feels comfortable.
Cozy.
It feels almost pure. It feels like, the breath of God is blowing through the mountains in the city. So
when you were kids, you felt somehow that you're going to work with kids in the future?
I always loved kids, so yes. Yes, I never thought it would be in Romania, but I could not actually imagine myself going back to Germany and working in a preschool there. So I love
Steffi posted, had baby pictures all over her bedroom wall. She would just cut out of magazines.
When I was a kid,
Thousands of them, apparently. For me, I never wanted to have my own kids. I dislike babysitting. I only like to go with my sister to enjoy the neighbor's food. You look in the cabinet, frozen pizza. So I used to have dreams, though, of rescuing children out of war zones. And so I knew that I would be involved in some sort of rescuing, sort of thing. I always wanted to be a police officer or fire lady or whatever and rescue. So I'm kind of doing that now.
Well, that's impressive. That's very cool, to be honest. And let's say faith in this business, it helps a lot because, this show, it's about soul, it's about promoting and showing great people that do great things for the community. And we like people that have strong faith. And what can you tell us about that?
Yeah, I don't know where I would be without my faith in God. I wouldn't be here for sure. When the going gets tough, that's when, God gets going for us. And, I think life is about God. We are created in His image. And, you know, when things get really tough, we all go to a higher power, and for me, that's God.
What about you, Steffi?
I can only say amen to that, what she said. And, you know, also, it's not always easy to work with children that are abandoned or, so you see a lot of hardship. You see a lot of hardship even in the villages.
So you need
and
somehow.
so for me to
Yeah,
then be able to
that's a
go
good
home
point.
and just pray and say, Lord, just take this child in your hands and just protect it is very important. Yeah, like she said, I couldn't do it without God.
Well, I mean, I think a Christian or a person in faith has got another source of energy than a person with not a faith, yes?
Right.
That's what he's saying. So that energy counts.
Yeah, no,
And-
that's so true.
Especially in what you do in the villages when you go to see poor kids and stuff. And please tell us, ladies, what about this pandemic thing? How that thing changed your life, pandemic?
Well, I mean, for me, it changed me. It
The
changed my
day-by-day
travel plans. I would say that's the biggest thing. You know, it has had a positive and negative effect, personally and professionally. I would say, for me personally, it has more of a positive effect. I'm very grateful to God that you know, I don't know anyone that has caught COVID, a close friend or a loved one. So I'm very thankful for that. But, you know, for me, it has forced me to do, you know, be creative and do things that I never thought I could accomplish. And so, yeah, negatively changed travel plans.
Yeah,
And
you couldn't travel.
yeah, and I dislike seeing all of the fear on the media, and it gets me frustrated. And, you know, is this a pandemic or is this, you know, a true epidemic? We don't know. We'll never really, truly know. God
what's
knows.
happening.
But yeah, I don't know about for you.
What about you, Steffi? Your day-by-day life, how was changed?
Well, obviously, we can't go to the hospital, so I have not held
Yeah.
a baby since March, which is probably the longest time in the last 18 years that I have
So you
not
couldn't go to the
done.
hospital at
I'm
all?
dying for it.
You couldn't go at all? to the
No,
hospital?
we only go and give diapers, but we give them to the social worker, and she gives it to the floor, so we cannot go in. We can
Whoa.
only get a list from her, and then she writes down how many kids.
So all those babies and those kids are in their cribs
Yeah.
24 hours a day unless the nurses touch them or hold them. It's hard to think about.
Yeah, so that has been a killer for me.
Wow.
I mean, obviously having 3 kids to entertain at home too, but thank
You're
God
not
we have
the
a
only
garden and some cats and dogs and stuff. So.
Yeah, and how do you think this pandemic changed the look of us as people to the nature?
Oh, I think a lot of people, actually I talked to an agency lady and she said people now just want to rent out houses with gardens because they're afraid of the second wave. They don't want to be stuck in an apartment. I think it has, people are going out more hiking now and
Yeah, I think
Animals all over the place.
campgrounds are like
Yeah.
making millions this summer.
so I think, yeah.
You can see wild animals in the middle of the city sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this, in a way, it's good because when people went to a place, they really kind of destroyed the place. And
Right.
now nature comes back, yeah?
Right.
Yeah, I got an alert last night. The bear was somewhere in Skye again.
Last night.
Yeah, last night, like 10
Well, I
o'clock.
was watching on the news in California and the Atlantic coast. There's all the great white sharks are coming
Yeah.
closer and closer. That's a negative.
That's
though.
negative.
And you can see deers in Canada right in the middle of
Yeah.
the towns and stags. And,
Yeah.
this is pretty
That's,
cool.
that's a positive.
And did you see any kind of amazing stories about people seeing God different into the pandemic? Because I think people went a bit more close to God in these
Right.
times. What do you think?
I mean, I definitely think there's been a lot of talk in the media about churches opening, closing. So
Yeah.
I think that has brought a lot of, I don't know, thought process. I think people who have to self-isolate have, you know, they've been going through a lot of, you know, times of thought and thinking and turning to the Bible. And I'm sure some have fallen away from God. So, you know, but I think once again, when the going gets tough, people look for something more than themselves because we are only humans and we can't save ourselves. I mean, temporarily we can, but yeah, I don't know what you think, Steffi, but that's my thought.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think definitely that people have turned more to God because He's the only one that can stop this. I mean, no country can stop it. So I think the people have been praying pretty hard to have this, just ending soon.
Do you have a word that inspire, just one word, for the people that see this show? One word.
Hope.
I just wanted to say that.
So hope for both of you, yes?
Yes. Hope.
How do you say it in German?
Hoffnung.
Hopefully in German. Yeah, hope. Yeah, I mean, yeah, hope is hope. If we have hopes, definitely life will turn better. I mean, we hope so. Yes.
Yeah.
And in the end of our talk, ladies, I want to thank you for the great things you do here in Brasov, Romania, in Transylvania. I mean, this is an international show. So I hope your story inspires the whole world, because you inspired us as well. And I know, Sarah, that you're a singer and a songwriter, so you go to the heart of people with the beautiful things that you do, but you go to the heart of people with your music as well. So in the end of our talk, we always ask you to have a message for the world. And I think the best message for the world is one of your songs, if you want to play for us. And I know that you composed a very nice song called My Home Brasov, which will be present probably in the end of September to an event. Can you tell us some things about that?
Yeah, I know a little bit about this event at this point, but on September 20th, we're going to have a Kickstarter event. It's My Home Brasov event. So we held in Brasov City Center, and it's going to be a kickoff for a greater, bigger program in 2021 when we all can meet. And it's about bringing everyone together and within the city of Brasov, and sharing talents and music, photography, and in My Home Brasov. Everyone has a Brasov. Everyone has a home city that they love and can be you, can be me, can
Anyone.
be accepted. Yeah, so at the end of September, we'll be debuting this song, and also at the Vibrate Festival. So it's pretty exciting that a song that I wrote about my love for the city, will turn into more of like a lifestyle cultural event. So.
Well, that's impressive. Can you play us the song, please?
Sure.
Sarah?
Yep. Usually the song is played with the piano. It's beautiful with the piano, but I'll play it acoustically.
Thank you.
Swim the waters off the Cali coast, sail the Boston fishing boats, wondering where God had me bound. Then I discovered this town, where the grass grows greener, the trees stand taller, the mountains rise high. I love this town, where my soul feels freer, my heart beats slower. This Transylvania town is a place for me, my home Brasov. Bells are ringing from that old black church, shaking out the pigeons' perch. Cobblestone roads and mountains surround this old, beautiful town, where the grass grows greener, the trees stand tall, the mountains rise high. I love this town, where my soul feels free, my heart beats slower. This Transylvania town is a place for me, my home Brasov.
Wow, Sarah, this is impressive. Very, very nice, and thank you very much.
Thank you.
And it's a great message for the world, for the people of Romania, US, Germany, and the world, and definitely inspires. So thank you very much, Steffi Vogel from Germany.
Thank you for having us.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you very much, Sarah, from the US. Ladies and gents, from the beautiful city of Brasov, Transylvania, to the world, thank you for seeing our show, and for the next time.